Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss about one of the most powerful human-centered concept in design thinking, that is empathy. So empathy is the starting point of every design thinking process because it allows us to understand the user at a deep emotional level. So when we talk about innovation, we are not just talking about the technology or creativity. We are talking about the people, and the empathy connects us directly with their experience, emotions and need. So let us see in detail what is empathy. So these are the 5 stages process of design thinking, that is your empathize, define, ideate, prototype and testing. Let us see what does empathy mean. So empathy is the ability to understand what the feelings of the another person. It is just about observing some people problems or someone's problems. It's about feeling what they actually feel. And in design thinking, empathy allows us to see the world through the user's perspectives and feel like a frustration and joy and understand what truly matters to them. And for instance, imagine a designing a mobile app for elderly use. Without empathy, we might not able to focus on adding flashy features. So with the empathy, we have noticed what is their real needs and large buttons, simple navigation and voice assistance. So make sure empathy ensures that our design is not just smart but also kind. So let us see about what is empathy in design thinking. What is empathy in design thinking? So before going to what is convergent and divergent thinking, let me say about what is empathy is the first step of design thinking. So based on this empathize, we have to define an ideate and prototype and testing. Before defining a problem or generating a solution, we must deeply understand who we are designing for. So through empathy, the designers learns about the daily life of a user and their pain points and motivations and their emotion behind the decision. So in short, empathy helps us to move from problem-based to people-based approach. So let us see about what is convergent and divergent thinking. So now when we apply empathy, we have 2 keys approach, that is 2 key cognitive approach. One is your convergent and second one is your divergent. So divergent thinking means exploring widely. That means we open our minds to many possibilities, perspectives and also insights. For example, during empathy research, we may collect varieties of stories, opinions, emotion of different peoples. So convergent thinking means narrowing down. That means narrowing down to the most meaningful patterns or themes. So after collecting the data, we analyze and interpret it to find a core needs that truly matters. So both are essential. So the divergent thinking gives us a breadth, while convergent thinking gives us a focus. So together they helps us to empathize effectively and draws insight that leads to human-centered solution. So here the ability to understand and share the feeling of other, that is said to be your empathy. So let us have an example of cell phone technology, that is revolutionary inventions around the world. For example, iPhone. Steve Jobs famously said that he has started with a customer experience and work backward to the technology. So Apple's success came from understanding how people feel using this technology, and it should be very simple, elegant and human friendly. And if you take an example of designing a wheelchair, earlier design focused on purely on function, but empathetic designer listened to the user and realized what actually they need, and they wanted mobility, dignity and independence, not just a chair with a wheel. So that realization led to be lighter and more stylish and comfortable wheelchair. So empathy turns the product from a useful to a meaningful one. So it also transfers innovation into something that truly improves the lives. Next, let us see about the empathy chart environment. So one of the popular tool to empathize is empathy map. It also helps us to document what user actually needs, what they say, thinks and does and feel. So the says is something that their words or opinion, and think is what is going on in their mind, and that is something that their behaviors and actions, and feel is something that their emotions, both positive and negative. For example, in this picture, we can also say an example of a commutator says that bus is very late. Think that if it actually the bus is late, it will be late for work, and do check their phone constantly, and also feel frustrated and anxious. So such insights helps us to design a solution that addresses not only a functional needs but also emotional well-being. So with the help of empathy chart, you can easily visualize what is the problem and how can you focus on finding the solution. What is the user needs, what are the pain points, and frustration and solution. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and you learned about what empathy is the heart of design thinking. It also enables us to connect with their emotions and understand their experience deeply. By practicing empathy through observation, interview, and mapping, we design solutions that are human-centered and truly impactful. Remember one thing, that a great designers does not solve the problems, they feel them first, and that's it, the spirit of empathy. And thank you everyone. Let us continue to design with compassion and creativity. Thank you.